The message arrived in the middle of a quiet night, but the world did not stay quiet for long. Radar stations, satellites, communication towers, and even old ground scanners all picked it up at the same time. It came from deep space, far beyond human reach, and yet the signal was strong enough to cut through every channel on Earth. At first, scientists thought it was a glitch. Then they thought it was a new star sending strange radio waves. But after an hour of decoding, one fact became clear. Someone out there was calling Earth directly. The first decoded line made every expert freeze. It was not a welcome. It was not a request. It was not even a warning. It was a statement from an alien empire humans had never heard of. The voice said, with cold and calm tone, "Prepare for evaluation." Governments rushed into emergency meetings. Military leaders demanded to know what this voice meant. Civilians panicked online, posting theories and rumors. Some believed aliens wanted peace, while others believed an invasion was coming. But no one understood why the message sounded so confident, as if the sender already knew the future. When the second part of the transmission arrived, the fear on Earth grew stronger. The signal carried a map of the solar system, but the alien map showed something new: a large fleet approaching from dark space. Thousands of ships, far larger than anything humans ever built, were heading straight for Earth. The message continued, "Your world is under review. Your fate depends on your behavior." The words were simple, but the meaning was not. Humanity was not facing a negotiation. Humanity was facing a test. Across the planet, people gathered around screens, waiting for leaders to speak. Power grids struggled to handle the sudden global connection. Cameras streamed live from major cities. Soldiers moved to bases. Families locked their doors even though they knew doors could not stop an alien fleet. Every heart on Earth felt the same heavy question: why us? Inside a secure underground chamber, the World Defense Council assembled. The room was filled with generals, scientists, diplomats, and analysts. On the large screen in front of them, the alien message looped again and again. The cold voice never changed tone. It sounded like someone talking about weather, not about the possible destruction of an entire species. General Kaito Chen watched the signal with a steady face, but inside he felt a rising storm. He had spent his life preparing for human wars, not for this. No country, no army, no weapon on Earth had ever faced something so unknown. "We cannot respond with fear," he said. "We cannot show them weakness. We must understand their goal before we make any decision." Across the table, Dr. Myra Dawson, a communication expert, leaned forward. Her voice was calm but tense. "This is not a normal first contact signal. They are not asking to learn about us. They are not asking our permission. They are setting rules like we already belong to them." Some council members argued that humanity should send a peaceful reply to avoid provoking the aliens. Others said humanity should show strength to warn them not to come too close. Many feared that any wrong move might seal the planet's fate. No one noticed that the signal was still changing on the screen. Then the lights in the chamber flickered. The alien transmission suddenly grew louder, clearer, and sharper than before. All communication lines on Earth were taken over. Every channel, every radio, every device with a speaker began to broadcast the same message. People in homes, cars, hospitals, offices, and streets all stopped what they were doing as the alien voice echoed across the planet. "Earth, your history has been measured. Your actions have been examined. You will now face judgment." General Chen felt the air grow cold. Dr. Myra's throat tightened. The words hit every listener like a hammer. It did not sound like a negotiation. It sounded like the aliens had already made up their minds. But something happened next that no one expected. New images appeared on screens around the world. They showed scenes of human wars, extinctions, pollution, and destruction. But the aliens also showed scenes of human kindness, rescue missions, inventions, art, and unity. It was as if a great intelligence had studied everything humans had ever done, good and bad. "Doctor," Myra whispered, "they have been watching us for a long time." Then the voice returned. "Your species stands at the border of survival. Your choices have shaped your destiny." General Chen narrowed his eyes. "This is not random. They are trying to control the narrative. They want us to react in fear." For the first time since the transmission began, the alien voice stopped. A silent pause filled every room on Earth. People everywhere held their breath, waiting for the next line, hoping it would explain everything. But the message that followed was even more shocking. "Prepare for direct contact." Across the sky, satellites detected a sudden shift. The alien fleet changed formation. Their massive ships accelerated with impossible speed. They were no longer just approaching the solar system. They were preparing to enter Earth orbit. Panic exploded around the world. Some prayed. Some cried, some shouted at screens. But the world leaders quickly regained control. They ordered all military units to defensive positions. They activated old protocols written for threats no one believed would ever come true. Yet humanity was not the only one moving. The alien fleet opened dozens of glowing portals around their formation. These portals pulsed with strange energy, spreading bright colors across the darkness of space. Scientists on Earth tried to calculate the energy output but failed. It was beyond anything humans had ever recorded. Then the third message came. Humanity, your fate is already decided. General Chen felt his heart sink. This is psychological warfare. They want us broken before they even arrive. But Dr. Myra shook her head. No, they say our fate is decided, but they have not acted yet. That means they want something from us. Something they have not revealed. The message ended, leaving the world in a silent storm of fear and confusion. But one thing was clear. The aliens were coming fast, and humanity had only one chance to respond before the ships reached Earth. And no one knew whether the aliens were arriving as judges or executioners. The world did not sleep after the alien message ended. People stayed awake, afraid to close their eyes. News channels kept repeating the same question. What did the aliens want? The strange mix of judgment, warning, and silence left everyone confused. Some believed the aliens planned to destroy Earth. Others believed humanity would be taken as slaves. A few hopeful voices believed the aliens might offer advanced knowledge, but that hope faded with every hour. Inside the World Defense Council, tension grew heavier. Screens showed the alien fleet moving closer. Their formation was too perfect, too organized for comfort. Every small turn of their ships looked planned, like the motion of a single mind controlling thousands of vessels. No human fleet had ever moved with such unity. General Chen stood at the head of the table, studying a large hologram of the alien ships. His voice remained steady, even though he felt pressure rising inside. We still have no communication channel that they accept. They only send messages when they choose. They are controlling the entire conversation. Dr. Myra Dawson ran a hand through her hair. She hadn't slept in almost a full day, but her mind stayed sharp. They want us to feel powerless, but they also want us to pay attention. This is not a simple invasion. They are building a story. They want us to hear something before they act. A young officer interrupted them. We received new data. The alien ships have stopped just beyond the moon. They are holding position. The council fell silent for a moment. Stopping their advance meant the aliens were waiting. But waiting for what? General Chen said, put it on the main display. The giant screen lit up with the alien fleet. Dozens of huge ships faced Earth like silent watchers. Their hulls glowed faintly with shifting colors, suggesting energy levels far beyond human understanding. One ship stood out among the others. It was larger, darker, and shaped like a long spear with sharp, glowing edges. It hovered above the moon like a judge on a high podium. Dr. Myra leaned closer. That one is the command vessel. Whoever controls the fleet is inside that ship. Suddenly, the signal room filled with noise. A new transmission was coming through, stronger than before. Every speaker on Earth once again switched to the alien broadcast. People in homes and streets froze, expecting another cold warning. But this time, the message did not begin with words. It began with an image. A huge hologram appeared in Earth's sky. It was visible even in daylight, projected from the alien ships using unknown technology. People across the planet looked up in fear as the giant image slowly came into focus. It showed Earth from space. But it was not the Earth of now. It looked burned in places, cracked and bruised as if hit by massive energy weapons. Oceans boiled at the edges, cities glowed like ashes, smoke covered continents. Doctor. Myra whispered, they are showing our future or what they plan to do. General Chen's jaw tightened. No, they want us to think this future is coming unless we obey. The alien voice echoed across the world again, calm and cold. Humanity, this is your projected outcome. Your aggressive nature, your destructive habits, and your refusal to change will lead you to ruin. Dr. Myra frowned. They say this as if they know us better than we know ourselves. The alien voice continued. Your world is unstable. Your leadership is divided. Your people destroy your planet for personal gain. You create weapons that threaten your own existence. For these reasons, your species is close to removal. People across the world gasped. Removal did not sound like negotiation. It sounded like extermination. Fear turned into anger in some places. In others, it turned into despair. General Chen slammed his hand on the table. We cannot let them say this without answering. We must show them we are not weak. But before he could act, the alien voice spoke again. However, there is one path left for your survival. Everyone in the chamber went still. This was the first time the aliens offered anything that sounded like a chance. The voice continued. Humanity must prove that it can rise above its nature. We will observe your response. We will test your unity. We will see if you are capable of change. General Chen muttered, they think they can judge our entire species. Dr. Myra's voice was soft. Maybe they can, they've watched us for years, maybe centuries. Across Earth, the hologram changed again. This time the image showed different alien species, many kinds, some tall, some short, some strange, standing in peace, sharing knowledge. Then the image shifted to show a planet glowing with green forests and clean oceans. The alien voice said, you may join our alliance if you pass our evaluation, but if you fail, your world will face the outcome shown earlier. General Chen stared in disbelief. They want us to join them or disappear. The alien voice faded out, leaving the world in confusion, but the hologram in the sky remained. Two possible futures floating above humanity like a cosmic choice. Moments later, world leaders appeared on emergency broadcasts. They spoke of unity, survival, cooperation. They asked people to remain calm. But calm was impossible. Everyone wondered what the test would be. No one knew the rules. No one knew the time limit. Then an emergency alert flashed in the underground chamber. Unidentified crafts entering Earth's atmosphere, the officer shouted. Small ships, not large. They appear to be landing in multiple locations. General Chen felt tension twist in his chest. They're sending scouts or judges. Doctor, Myra nodded slowly. This is the beginning of the test. High above Earth, the alien fleet continued to wait. The skies glowed faintly where the small ships descended. People around the world watched them fall like stars turning into threats. Humanity stood on the edge of something huge, something unknown. And no one knew whether the alien visitors came to observe, or to decide the final fate of Earth. The small alien ships entered the atmosphere like glowing seeds drifting down from the sky. They did not roar like human rockets. They moved silently, leaving soft trails of light behind them. People stepped out of their homes, shops, and shelters to watch the strange descent. Some recorded with their phones. Others ran in fear. Many simply froze, unsure if they were witnessing the beginning of peace or the beginning of the end. The first craft landed in a large open field outside Geneva, close to the United Nations headquarters. Soldiers rushed to secure the area, forming a tight perimeter. Scientists and diplomats waited behind armored vehicles, staring at the silent, oval-shaped vessel. Its surface looked like a dark mirror, reflecting the humans in strange, warped shapes. No door, no window, no sign of movement. General Chen watched the landing through live satellite feeds. Keep all units on standby. Do not provoke them, but do not relax. Doctor, Myra Dawson studied the ship closely on her monitor. This is not a war vessel. This is an observation unit. They are here to study us directly. Across the world, at least 12 similar ships landed in major regions. Africa, Asia, North America, South America, Europe, and Australia. The aliens did not hide their actions. They wanted Earth to see everything. They wanted humanity to know the test had begun. In Geneva, the mirrored surface finally shifted. A seam glowed faint blue, then slowly opened like a petal. People gasped as a tall alien stepped out. Its body was slim but strong, covered in deep metallic patterns that moved like living armor. Its face was smooth and unreadable, with glowing eyes that shifted between silver and blue. It did not raise a weapon. Instead, it raised an open hand, signaling peace, or at least not immediate danger. Diplomats and soldiers exchanged confused looks. A human representative stepped forward carefully. "We welcome peaceful communication," he said, his voice shaking slightly. The alien tilted its head, studying him as if analyzing a strange creature. Then a soft, calm voice echoed, not through the air, but directly into everyone's minds. "We observe, you respond." People around the world heard the same words in their thoughts. Children cried. Adults clutched their heads. Some fell to their knees. The alien had not spoken through sound. It had spoken through some telepathic link, reaching every human near their landing zones. General Chen whispered, They can communicate without language. They don't need translators. They don't even need devices. Doctor, Myra took a deep breath. This changes everything. If they know our thoughts, then they know our fears. Meanwhile, the alien in Geneva stepped forward and extended a small, crystal-like device. It floated above its palm, glowing brighter each second. The human diplomats backed away, unsure whether it was a threat. But the aliens spoke again in their minds. This records truth. The device projected holograms of the humans standing there. Their body heat, heart rate, stress levels, and even emotional patterns appeared in glowing shapes. It was scanning them, reading them, learning them. Then something unexpected happened. A soldier at the edge of the formation aimed his rifle slightly upward, not at the alien, but as a nervous reflex. The alien's eyes glowed red for a moment, and the crystal device flickered sharply. Soldiers raised their weapons in fear. General Chen slammed his fist on the command desk. "Stand down, do not fire, that movement might trigger a response." The soldier lowered his weapon immediately, sweating heavily. The alien's eyes returned to blue. The tension slowly eased, but the message was clear. Every action mattered. Every mistake could decide humanity's fate. At the same moment, another alien ship landed in Tokyo. Crowds gathered around despite warnings. People pressed against police barriers, trying to see the visitor. The alien that stepped out there was different, smaller, with a more insect-like body and movements like flowing water. It scanned the crowd slowly, as if trying to understand human curiosity. A young girl in the crowd stepped forward, slipping past the police line. She held a small origami crane in her hand. Her father shouted her name, but she kept walking toward the alien. The alien paused, its glowing eyes focused on the tiny crane. The girl lifted it with both hands. "This is for peace," she said softly. The alien reached out with a gentle, thin limb and touched the crane. Instead of reacting with aggression, its eyes warmed into a soft gold color. The origami crane floated into the air, glowing faintly as if the alien honored the gesture. News cameras caught the moment immediately. It spread across the world within minutes. Some cried at the sight. Some believed that maybe there was still hope. In the underground chamber, Dr. Myra watched the scene with a soft smile. Children remind aliens of innocence. It might shift their evaluation. General Chen nodded but remained serious. Or it might only show that we have something to lose. The testing continued in other parts of the world. In Nairobi, the alien visitor observed people sharing food, even during fear. In Brazil, it watched humans rescue injured animals frightened by the strange landing. In Australia, it saw firefighters working together to control a brush fire ignited by the landing heat. But not everything went well. In one region, a small group of panicked civilians threw stones at the alien observer. One stone hit the alien's armor and cracked. The alien did not retaliate, but its body glowed red for a long moment, recording human aggression. General Chen clenched his teeth when he saw the footage. One mistake like this could cost us everything. Night fell across the planet, but the aliens remained active. Their ships floated silently in parks, fields, deserts, and coastal areas. They watched humans interact, work, argue, help, fight, hope, and fear. They studied everything, not as enemies, but as judges. Dr. Myra sat at her console, eyes fixed on the data. They are not testing our technology. They are testing our morality, our unity, our instincts. General Chen folded his arms, and they think they already know our fate. Dr. Myra shook her head. Not yet. If they already knew, they wouldn't be watching us so closely. Far above Earth, the main alien command ship rotated slowly, its surface shining like black glass. Deep inside it, a figure watched thousands of holographic screens showing human behavior across the planet. Its expression was unreadable, its posture calm. It was studying humanity like a scientist studying a dangerous but fascinating species. For now, the aliens were only watching, but everyone on Earth understood the truth. The judgment would come soon, and whatever the aliens decided would change everything forever. The night deepened as the alien observers continued their silent evaluation across the world. Their ships glowed softly in parks, deserts, and city edges, like strange lanterns watching humanity breathe. People tried to act normal, but nothing felt normal anymore. Every small action felt like a test. Every word felt important. Even arguments in homes became whispers, as if the aliens could hear them through walls. In the underground command chamber, General Chen read new reports from around the world. Some were good, some were bad. Some were confusing, but all of them mattered. One report said a group of volunteers in Canada brought blankets and warm food to people gathered near the alien landing site. Another said 2 countries that were enemies for decades had opened communication lines to share security data. It was a moment of unity that shocked the world. But there were darker reports too. In one place, a crowd rioted out of fear and burned a building near an alien ship. In another, extremists claimed the aliens were demons and tried to attack the landing zone with homemade weapons. They were stopped, but the aliens recorded everything. Their glowing eyes changed colors each time something new happened. Dr. Myra Dawson studied all the emotional data streams from the alien devices. Their technology reads us like open books, she said quietly. They know when we lie, they know when we feel guilt, they know when we feel hope. Nothing is hidden from them. General Chen rubbed his forehead. Then we must show them who we really are, not perfect, not peaceful all the time, but capable of change. High above Earth, the command vessel opened again. A soft beam of blue light shot toward the planet, linking with every alien observer at once. It was like the aliens were synchronizing their thoughts. Dr. Myra felt unease spread through her chest. They are preparing the next phase. Suddenly, all alien observers across the world lifted their crystal devices into the air. The crystals glowed brighter, and then projected thousands of tiny holograms around them. People gasped as the images formed into scenes from human history, wars, disasters, crimes, and tragedies. But there were also scenes of kindness, rescue missions, human inventions, people helping strangers, celebrations, art, music, families holding each other during hard times. The holograms were balanced, showing both sides of humanity. Then a new voice entered everyone's minds. It was not the same voice as before. It was deeper, older, and carried a strange echo that made every hair on the human body stand up. "We have seen your past," the voice said. "Now we must see your present." The alien observers pointed their crystal devices at nearby humans, projecting live images of what they did in the last hours. People saw themselves helping a neighbor, comforting a crying child, sharing food, or simply standing together in fear. Others saw moments of panic, shouting, or anger. The aliens were comparing everything. The world held its breath as the voice continued. "Humanity stands between destruction and survival. Your actions tonight will shape what happens next." General Chen's voice cracked slightly when he said, "They're judging us in real time." Dr. Myra nodded, "And they're deciding extremely fast." Meanwhile, in Geneva, the alien observer suddenly turned its gaze skyward. The glowing eyes shifted to a deep violet. Everyone nearby noticed. Something had changed, something big. A beam of light shot from the command ship toward Earth again, brighter than before. This time it projected a message into the clouds. A huge symbol formed in the sky, 3 circles connected by a single line. It looked ancient, powerful, and serious. "What does it mean?" A diplomat whispered. Dr. Myra stared at the symbol on her screen. "It means the evaluation phase is ending. They're moving to judgment." Fear swept across Earth like a strong wind. People clung to each other. Some dropped to their knees. Others held signs begging for mercy. Many simply cried in silence, knowing their lives were no longer in their own hands. Then something happened that no one expected. A massive wave of energy spread across the planet. It did not harm anything. The command chamber remained silent long after the alien transmission ended. No one moved. No one breathed deeply. The words echoed inside every mind, "Your last broadcast." General Chen felt a cold pressure inside his chest. "Doctor." Myra stared at the dark screen, trying to understand what the alien meant. A broadcast to the galaxy. Why would humanity need to speak to civilizations they had never met? Finally, Chen broke the silence. "We must prepare a response. We need to speak with the galaxy before these aliens decide our fate." But his voice carried uncertainty. How does one speak to unknown worlds that may have watched Earth from a distance like predators watching prey? "Doctor." Myra shook her head slowly. "This is not just a message. This is a test of who we are. They want to see our true voice, not fear or excuses. Our last broadcast must show what makes us human." Across the world, leaders met through emergency channels. Some demanded strong words, threatening power and survival. Others wanted to beg for mercy. Many nations were divided, arguing over every sentence. The aliens watched everything with calm eyes, sending no more messages. Meanwhile, the alien observers continued their silent flights above cities, showing no aggression but causing deep anxiety. Their ships moved slowly through the air, scanning streets and buildings, recording every reaction from humans. Every emotion felt like a mark on Earth's final scorecard. In Geneva, people gathered in crowds, holding candles and signs asking for peace. Some prayed, some cried. Children held hands and looked up at the alien ship floating like a silent guardian. The air was chilled with fear, but there was something else too, hope. Dr. Myra noticed that hope. She studied new data coming from around the world. They are observing not only fear, they are watching how we respond to fear. They want to know if we break or stand together. General Chen looked at her closely. Then our message must show unity, even if we are afraid. The alien command ship suddenly shifted in orbit. A beam of light connected to every alien ship on Earth. Their eyes glowed white for the first time, bright enough to cast long shadows. People panicked, thinking the aliens were about to attack. But instead of attacking, the light created a massive hologram in the sky, bigger than anything seen before. It showed a countdown. The numbers glowed bright red, ticking down from 24 hours. Everyone knew what it meant. Earth had one day to create its final message, one day to show the galaxy why humanity deserved to live. General Chen felt his spine go rigid. They are forcing us into a deadline. Doctor, Myra whispered, maybe they think pressure reveals truth. Work began across the planet. Writers, diplomats, scientists, and experts argued over what the broadcast should say. Should humanity apologize for its mistakes? Should they speak with pride or regret? Should they show their strength or their vulnerability? The debate turned chaotic. Some leaders shouted through screens, blaming each other for the crisis. Others wanted to surrender completely. Some believed the aliens were here to steal Earth's resources. Others believed they were guardians trying to protect the universe from human violence. Dr. Myra slammed her hand on the table. Stop fighting. This is exactly what they are watching. If we fight now, we fail. Her voice brought silence to the room. She looked around slowly. We cannot let fear divide us. This message must show who we really are. Not perfect, not peaceful all the time, but full of potential. General Chen nodded. We need a message that speaks from the heart of humanity. Hours passed. The countdown fell to 15 hours. In the streets, people made videos sharing messages of hope and love. Families sent recordings of laughter, music, art, poetry. Teachers recorded children singing. Doctors recorded moments of helping patients. Volunteers shared videos of humans saving each other in dangerous situations. These messages spread everywhere. Humanity was speaking, not as nations, but as one species. The alien observers watched closely. Their glowing eyes shifted from blue to green. For the first time since they arrived, their colors showed curiosity rather than judgment. In one city, an alien ship lowered itself to the ground. People approached carefully, unsure what the aliens wanted. The ship projected a hologram of a human couple holding their newborn child. A symbol appeared next to it, two circles merging into one. Dr. Myra saw the footage and gasped. They understand hope. They understand life. General Chen felt a spark of courage. Then we must show them hope in our final message. The countdown continued. 8 hours left. A new problem rose suddenly. A small but loud global group began spreading fear, urging people to resist the aliens violently. They hacked screens and shouted that the aliens were preparing to wipe humanity out no matter what the message said. Panic started spreading again. General Chen ordered communications security tightened. We cannot let fear control the message. Myra agreed. If we show panic, we show weakness. We must show unity, not terror. Finally, after hours of debate, the World Council wrote the final broadcast. It was not long. It was not perfect. It was simple and honest, words meant to show the galaxy what humanity truly was. The countdown reached 2 hours. The aliens opened a massive portal-like sphere in orbit. It pulsed with energy and pointed toward Earth. This was the transmission gate. Earth had one chance to send its message through it. The broadcasting chamber filled with world leaders. General Chen stood behind them, silent but strong. Dr. Myra wore a headset monitoring alien reactions. The moment arrived. A global signal activated. Cameras went live. The galaxy waited. A human representative stepped forward, breathing slowly. His hands shook slightly, but his voice was steady. We speak now to whoever is listening across the stars. We are humanity. We are not perfect. We have made mistakes. We have fought each other. We have harmed our world. But we have also created beauty. We have loved. We have learned. We have grown. We are capable of kindness, courage, and change. Do not judge us only by our past, but by our potential. Give us the chance to prove we can rise higher. The message ended. The portal absorbed the broadcast into pure light and sent it streaming into the depths of space. The countdown hit 0. Every alien ship across Earth grew silent. Every human heart beat faster. Judgment was coming, and no one knew what the aliens would decide. When the countdown reached 0, a strange stillness covered the planet. It felt as if even the wind had stopped moving. The alien ships hanging in the sky dimmed their lights, turning into silent shadows. No messages came, no warnings. No signals. The world waited in complete silence. General Chen stood in the command chamber with tense shoulders, staring at the screens. "Why aren't they responding?" he whispered. Dr. Myra watched the alien fleet carefully. Their ships had not moved an inch, but something unseen was happening. The alien technology was shifting through frequencies humans could not hear or understand. Finally, the giant command ship above the moon began to glow. The dark metal brightened into silver patterns that flowed like living rivers of light. Beams of energy connected all the alien ships together, forming a massive web across the sky. The whole planet could see it. People froze, terrified this was the beginning of humanity's destruction. Then the alien voice returned. But this time it was not cold. It carried a different tone, still powerful, still distant, but no longer cruel. "Humanity, your message has been received. Your voice has reached worlds beyond your sight." General Chen leaned forward. Dr. Myra held her breath. The voice continued, "The galaxy has listened." A pause followed, long and heavy. Billions of people stayed glued to screens or stared up at the sky, waiting for the next words that would shape the future of their world. "We have seen your fear. We have seen your anger. We have seen your mistakes. But we have also seen your hope, your courage, and your desire to rise above your past." Across the planet, some people started to cry. Others fell to their knees, praying for a merciful end. Children hugged their parents tightly. The alien voice echoed again. "For many ages, we believed your species would be a danger to the galaxy, but your message has shown something unexpected. You are not defined by what you were. You are shaped by what you choose to become." Dr. Myra felt tears forming. General Chen clenched his fists, trying to stay composed. The massive command ship opened like a giant flower, revealing a glowing core of white and blue light. A new figure stepped out, floating tall and surrounded by waves of shimmering energy. Unlike the observers on Earth, this being looked older, more powerful, and almost regal. It projected itself holographically into Earth's upper atmosphere. Every city saw it towering in the sky. "I am the Arbiter," it said. "I speak for the Galactic Council." General Chen whispered, "This is it, the final judgment." The Arbiter raised a hand. The glowing energy around it pulsed, sending a wave of light across the planet. Where the light passed, alien observers lifted their devices and absorbed the data they had collected. After a long moment, the Arbiter spoke. "Humanity, your fate is decided." Billions of hearts stopped for a moment. "You will not be destroyed." A roar of relief went through every city and every home. Families embraced. Soldiers took deep breaths. People wept openly, overjoyed simply to still exist. But the Arbiter was not finished. "You will not yet join the Galactic Alliance." Silence fell again, confusion spread, some people frowned. Others felt fear return. The Arbiter's voice softened. "You are not ready, but you may become ready. The future of your world depends on what you do from this moment forward." Dr. Myra nodded slowly. "This is fair." General Chen exhaled. "They're giving us time." The Arbiter lowered its hand. "We leave you with knowledge, not weapons, not power, but understanding." A sphere of light dropped from the sky, landing in the ocean without a sound. Waves glowed around it eerily, casting bright ripples across the water. Scientists in the command chamber stared in disbelief. "What is that?" someone asked. Dr. Myra studied the readings. "It's information, a gift." The Arbiter continued. "This sphere holds guidance for healing your world, knowledge for protecting your planet, lessons from other civilizations who faced destruction and survived." General Chen's eyes widened. "They're helping us fix Earth." The Arbiter nodded. "Your species has potential that we did not see before, but you must grow without direct intervention. If you become a danger to yourselves or others again, the Council will return." The warning was clear. Humanity had been spared but not trusted. Then something unusual happened. The Arbiter's glowing form dimmed slightly, as if showing a rare sign of respect. "Your courage impressed us. Your unity surprised us. For this reason, humanity earns a future." Those simple words carried more power than any weapon or threat. Slowly, the alien ships began to rise. Their lights brightened one last time, then faded into thin beams as they climbed into space. The massive fleet shifted into formation and began to leave Earth's orbit. One by one, the ships vanished into shimmering portals that folded space around them. In Geneva, Tokyo, Nairobi, Sao Paulo, Sydney, and other cities where alien observers had landed, people watched in awe as the alien crafts lifted off the ground and disappeared into the sky. The world seemed lighter with each departing ship, as if the weight of judgment was finally lifted.